Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. We record these interviews so that potential buyers can learn more about the business and the seller to help them make an informed buying decision. If you would like to learn more about this business, including details like what type of business it is, how much revenue and profit it makes, and all of the assets included with the business, simply visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business's listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and in the description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. So without further ado, let's get into this interview. First up, let's learn a little bit about you. Can you tell us about your background in building and running online businesses?
Prior to starting my business, I had helped Tom Brady launch his first direct-to-consumer brand and business, which was called TB12. I ran all the marketing, content, and growth for him and really understood. It was my first experience in running an e-commerce business and basically creating a go-to-market for the e-commerce business and then running it and scaling it.
Why are you selling the business now instead of keeping it and growing it further?
This is doing really well. We're coming up on our 5-year anniversary. There's a lot of potential ahead. I think for the right person with the right experience and capital can really grow this. And I unfortunately don't have the time or the capital right now to give this business what it needs to continue to grow exponentially. So with competing priorities of time and family, I'm hoping to step away from this business and hand over the reins to somebody who can give it the time and attention it deserves.
Can you describe the amount and the type of work that you do on this business to maintain it?
I spend about 5 hours a week on the business, and primarily most of the work is done with marketing. So I will try to craft a few different campaigns each month that we can send out through email. I work with our advertising agency who is full-time and manages all performance advertising across Facebook and Google. And second to that, it's just working on the operations side of the house. And that's working with the factory to make sure that purchase orders are submitted, that purchase orders are fulfilled and sent with our freight forwarder to our 3PL here in the US. And just coordinating with our customer service rep to make sure that all customer inquiries and escalations are handled responsibly and according to our brand guidelines.
So if you were to keep this business, what are some of the ways you would try to grow it?
First thing I would do would be to increase marketing spend on our best-selling products. Second thing I would do would be to develop a wholesale retail strategy, commit time to developing those relationships with retailers. And the third thing I would do is execute on a product strategy that we developed a few years ago. We developed about 6 new products, and we have product tech packs for those 6 products. So I think about how do we want to develop and which ones do we want to develop to really expand our product assortment for our customers. And then the fourth thing I would do would be to optimize our user experience on the store. It's a bit outdated, and I think we could look at updating the themes, updating the experience to make sure that it is more visually, aesthetically engaging, would likely increase our conversion rates.
Right. And what would you say are the biggest risks with this business that buyers should be aware of?
The biggest risks to the business right now are, of course, any sort of issues with the factory and delays in production. The second is just cost of capital. Rising interest rates just create more interest expense for the cost of capital to buy inventory. Third is, quite frankly, just the direct-to-consumer model, and that we spend a lot of our marketing dollars on 2 channels, Google and Facebook. And so while we're getting much more efficient on those channels, there's always the risk that those channels become harder to find efficiency on or become more saturated.
How much support are you willing to offer the buyer who acquires this business?
any buyer that takes over the business in any capacity that they need me, and for however long they need me to ramp up. It's a simple business to run, and however, I am happy to step in and make introductions and support them for as long as they need it.
Got it. And regarding the sale of the business, would you agree to a non-compete?
Yes, I am committed to the non-compete.
Are you open to negotiating something like an earn-out agreement?
I'd be open to some type of earn-out payment structure.
Okay, final question. If you had to put yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why is your business a business worth buying?
If I were buying this business, there'd be a bunch of things I'd be excited about. One is the high repeat customer rate, which to me, tells me that the customers truly do love our products and come back and purchase more and more. Every time we create a new product, they purchase it. Second to that is the customer lifetime value of roughly $1,300. I guess third, business is worth buying just because it's been managed with very minimal resources and time. As I mentioned, I have not spent a lot of time on it. So there's a multitude of things that someone could do to exponentially grow that, whether it's SEO, which we've never done, or investing more into creative, which we haven't done much of, or if it's introducing wholesale strategy to the business, which would dramatically grow the business as well, or it's just having access to cheaper capital to buy more inventory and bring down their COGS. A lot of opportunity.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this business is still for sale, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for this business listing number, which you can find in the video thumbnail and description. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll find everything you need to know about this business. So, thanks for joining us. See you next time.